everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is Saturday night, May 6, 11:19 p.m. We are here with Pit Boss. We were actually way up top just a little bit ago, and lucky for you, before we got too far involved, I noticed that the recording seemed to be lagging a little bit slower behind than it typically does, and I watched it carefully. Sure enough, that was the case. But in the meantime, while I restarted everything, if I go into his secondary attack here, it's actually pretty fun. Well, dadgum. Right as I tell you that. You can't hit any walls or it'll time out, but you can just like chain through. Granted, I've already done it. But like all the bushes and everything that you can get coins from, you can actually just kind of breeze through those. It's pretty neat. Let's see if there's somewhere else up this way, maybe? There's the crates, but they're right by that frickin' wall. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we can go through water and then go for those two crates. Okay, we can snake anywhere. See what I mean, though? You can like kind of chain these together. See how big of a combo you can get, type of a thing. It's a shame he pops up at a wall and you're not just given like a time to either, for example, if we could just, you know, hover here for the full 8 seconds, or not instantaneously pop out of that and be allowed to turn or change course or 180, whatever we need to do, but basically you just get shafted out of it. So you probably notice something in this picture is not like it's been being, and that's this giant stack of Imaginite chests. I told you that we went to Pit Boss because we needed the Sky Chi for Pinata. I didn't feel like doing it, hence why we did the introduction. I took care of the Sky Chi for the Pit Bosses, and then I went ahead and did Pinata all while that introduction rendered out. We also picked up a couple of things we had missed. Remember in Sky Fortress, like I didn't go back in that room, it was just the troll radio, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think we got another chest because I had to put Legendary Pit Boss down to get his Sky Chi. But before we get in to the base upgrades here, Wednesday night I ran my errands. I checked Target. They didn't have anything. I got home Wednesday night and everyone and their dog was posting their pictures of Blastertron and Tidepool that they'd picked up either that day or yesterday, being Tuesday, at their Target. I'm someone, I don't live like in town near stores or people. I'm kind of out in the sticks, you know. So Wednesday night, that was my errand night, right? And didn't have any luck. And then as fate would have it, today I was in town and I was like, you know what, surely they put them out now. I had initially thought the ad should be out tomorrow. Actually at midnight I should be able to pull it up. You should be able to see it too, Target.com weekly ad, and it'll have available here first, Blastertron and Tidepool. And apparently they're not register locked, so it's not a big deal. You know, like Toys R Us, you'll see stuff out early and it's like, oh, we can't sell you that, sorry. And you're like, why not? And they're like, well, it's register locked. This is just a deal, I guess. If your store gets them and they stock them, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Maybe there's like management comes by and it's like, oh, hold these for the Sunday weekly ad type of a thing. And I don't know. I'm thinking my store might have just... I can't really imagine them being that well managed. I'm thinking it's more of like, oh, well, you know, there's some on the shelf. We don't really need to put anything else out. I kind of feel like it's that. Could be wrong. But anyway, the other thing, so needless to say, I don't have them. On the bright side, I did pick up an SD card, a micro SD card for the Switch, along with 2 eShop cards, which I hope work. I haven't actually bought anything from the Switch store, which I think and hope is still the eShop. I did the $10 ones because there's a little Luigi card, which I thought was kind of cool. But I did that in anticipation of NBA Playgrounds dropping Tuesday. I don't know if anyone here would want to watch it. I'll be honest, it would probably record and play better on the Xbox One like we are here. PC, I don't know. A lot of times games like that, they don't have optimized PC stuff. Like, it'll look good, but like in terms of the servers and activity, it's probably more of a console game, PlayStation 4, Xbox One crowd. Could be wrong, I have no idea how their back end is set up. But with the Switch, okay, I can record it. It should look fine. It's not probably going to be as crisp as the other options. But my big deal, I'll probably upload some of it. I'm also afraid it will get like ridiculously ridiculous amounts of copyright claims just because of like licensing and logos, and they probably have what they consider like a dope hip-hop track type of a thing. I don't want to deal with any of that. If I upload a video and it just gets claimed, and it starts making my unboxings and other generic stuff I do, like Minecraft, Stardew Valley, indie games that have no issues, have issues, which is what's happened in the past, dunzo, not going to upload any of it. I might stream it, though. I don't know where I'll stream it, honestly, but the biggest thing for me is I can play that on the Switch, like when I'm going to bed, or I can take it to work. Being able to bust that thing out at work, like on a 15-minute break, and play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or NBA, that's just, it's incredible. And as weird and small as the Joy-Cons are, they're least offensive to me when they're attached, docked, whatever you want to call it, to the Switch tablet screen. Again, I don't know the proper terminology, but I am beyond excited for that. Again, I've never had a track record of like, oh, hey guys, NBA Jam, or NBA 2K16, whatever. But growing up with NBA Jam, man, those were legendary times that I remember fondly. And I'd like to throw a couple of videos up on it and kind of see if anyone's into it. If not, I could care less, because I'm going to play the snot out of that. It should be a good time. But I want to say the SD card I bought at Target probably could have gotten it cheaper at Amazon. That's typically where I bought anything SD related that wasn't just like a dire emergency. The last, I don't even know how many years, probably 5 or 6. Not today. I remember what you did last Friday, Amazon. I ain't going to give you any business, so suck on that, you corporate mongers. But anyway, I will try. The bottom line here, if you didn't know about Blastertron and Tidepool, check your Target. If you go there Sundays, or you go Monday. Sunday and Monday are horrible. That's like typically when everyone with kids goes. If they don't wait until Sunday, it's like they waited past Sunday, send the kids to school with like expired lunch meat or nothing, and some money to buy crud at the cafeteria, and then they go Monday. I avoid those like the plague, man. You want a chance to run into me out in the wild, it ain't gonna happen on Sunday or Monday. I can guarantee that. I'm one of those creatures of the night, like Tuesday through Thursday when people don't shop. It's a fabulous time. Keep it on the down low. I don't want to have to change anymore. But I will try to acquire those guys. Money is tight, and NBA Playgrounds is pretty high on the priority list. I personally am more excited about Blastertron, but what I'm hearing from you on Twitter and in the comments section, everyone else seems to be more excited about Tidepool. I don't know. Tidepool could be phenomenal or horrible. I mean, she won't be unplayable bad, but like I can envision things where she would be magnificently epic, and I can envision them doing certain things that would make her so terribly disappointing. Whereas Blastertron could be amazing, he could be really good, or if they completely screw him up, since he is a knight, you can kind of predict his attacks, sword-based character. Even if he's like wretched compared to what I expect, he should still be pretty solid. Tidepool, they could really screw up. And like I said, or it could be like a Grand Slam walk-off, so I don't know. Anyway, let's see what of these we can open. Okay. So I'm thinking, dadgum, I don't know. You know what? I made you sit through a lot. Let's open a level star. Ultimates, it is. Shoulder guards. I kind of like those. 32 armor, 16 speed. My favorite stats, too. Fantastic. Troll radio, I mentioned this one. It's the one from Sky Factory. That's a pretty good level, but you do feel sorry for Jetvac and his lunch. Did he ever get his lunch? Is that remedied after the Chaos Battle? I don't know.
New music.
Almanex was concerned about... Oh, we got some No Doubt in the house. And...
Effects.
Oh, perfect for Blastertron. Oh, yeah, and I played Creation Clash. I did it. I don't know why you can't pick your deck in that. That's like backwards progression,
New Sentinel weapon.
We might use that at some point. That's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Plus 20 attack. Egg Rescue, I did that too. It was all in the room with the troll radio, conveniently. I don't know how to describe the area. It's like when the giant, whatever door the little buzzard comes out and then the giant one comes. I can't give you enemy names because they apparently don't believe in that anymore. Something I've requested for quite some time, and with no strategy guide, we don't even have that to rely upon. But whatever door they come out of, it's to the right side of the screen. If you go in there, you have the Troll Radio, the Egg Arcade, and Creation Clash, all kind of in the same room. So that's the best I can describe that for you. Rare, wonderful.
New headgear.
Oh, this is... I usually get those on stream. I hate that set. It shouldn't exist. I'll sell it. Here's the question. I feel like this is from Legendary Pit Boss. And then I feel like this is Pinata? Or this is Pit... I don't know which is which. Let's open this one. Ultimates.
New quick shot weapon.
Oh, you know what? That's from Cortex. I forgot. He is someone that we had not taken through. And so as a sorcerer, we have acquired the Neo Cortex pistol. So my apologies, Cortex. Let's just do this one too. I'm thinking this is the pit bosses. Nope, it's Pinata. Yep, we blew it. So did I already have their Sky Chi? I don't know. I don't know what I did really, but the Lollipulper. Look at that though. That is the classic Pinata design, the multicolor, the rainbow, whatever you want to call it. One of the saltiest things you get. Pinata's figure itself looks great, but on the lollipop, it's like they cut out. They just did like the licorice whip peppermint lollipop. They didn't do the cool, fun, multicolored one. But apparently, if you make an Imaginator, you get to have the epic one. So makes no sense to me. This chest we will save for Legendary Pit Boss, though. Man, it's so weird not just moving straight this direction. You know, like I was ready to press RB and go in because I'm used to the broken controller.
Skylander.
No such luck. And this might be time-consuming. I don't really know, but we'll figure it out. What I plan to do with Legendary is just kind of introduce him and possibly, at that point in time, take him through all these for you. I also need to mention, I don't know if you can tell, but like a couple nights ago, I don't know what I walked through, but it was bad, and like really bad reaction to it. So my nose runs, when I cough, my head hurts. That's why I haven't recorded as much as I would have liked to. But speaking of that, I got so tired of waiting on the content creator program. I just went ahead and released Mario Kart 8 introduction video today, so if you watch them in order, there's the introduction, which that's basically just, I gripe slightly about Amazon, and then we just honestly walk through everything there is in the game. So if you're on the fence about it, you can be like, oh hey, you know, someone went through everything we can do here. I think it's a good investment, or I believe I'll wait. That's sort of the intent of that video. And then what you should have seen today, Sunday, prior to this video, the AM video, if you will, scanning in all the amiibo. I have checked when I ran errands Wednesday night, and then even tonight at Target. I was hoping one of the Splatoon amiibos would be dirt cheap. They're $13. I'm not paying that just to get a Mii racing outfit. So if I do see one like dirt cheap, I'll pick it up primarily just so we can have the racing outfit. But you will see that one, and then I guess Monday we'll get into the racing. So that's something to look forward to. That said, let's go ahead.
Statistics are my fourth favorite S word.
Oh yeah, did you like what I did with May the Force be with you? Yeah, pretty lame, I know, but that's what I'm here for. So Snake Attack. I also have a Peppermints. I know some people get annoyed by that. If I didn't have it, I don't know if I'd be talking right now. So the Snake Attack is the primary. It is not touched anywhere. Base upgrades, upgrade paths, Soul Gem, or Sky Chi. And that's a little mind-boggling to me. 21 to 32, 21 to 32, 36 to 54. It's pretty much spammable. One of the coolest things we learned about this came towards the end of the introduction. It will go through enemies. So instead of shooting a Chompy and it does 21 and then you have to shoot and kill the one behind him, it will go through Chompy 1, kill it, and go through Chompy 2, kill it, hit the Chompy pod, and possibly do 21. We didn't technically break down the distance damage relationship or anything, but it will pierce enemies, essentially, is the I believe the developer terminology there. Slithering Soul Snake for Cobra Commander. Press and hold B to turn into a snake. You've got roughly 7 to 8 seconds. It does 24 to 36 damage. Biggest issue, if you run into a wall, you just pop up. You know, like with Terrafin, you could run into a wall and you can just kind of turn or just burrow endlessly into the wall, whatever you want to do. For whatever reason, as we progress through the game, now with Pit Boss, if I just tap a wall, just love tap it as we slither by, we pop up. Kind of annoying and inconvenient, particularly if you're a huge fan of this or trying to utilize it to its fullest potential. What we want to do here is get Viper Pits. This is going to be a critical turning point in what we do with our Pit Boss duo, because I have no idea what to expect from it, and it's our tertiary. The top path here, it is going to primarily be related to our secondary attack, whereas the bottom path is related to the tertiary attack, which is this one. So, hence why it's so critical. Viper Pits for 500. Press Y to create Viper Pit. And it's also disappointing because if you apply logic through reading the descriptions from the latter upgrades, this should really be Viper Pit. We will find out when we take it, but I do believe we're going to have a singular Viper Pit. So, fighting off a sneeze for you. Mission accomplished. Yes, we've done something right tonight. Press Y to create Viper Pits that damage enemies and make your primary attacks do more damage. So I guess, I mean, technically, hey, you know, it is what it is, but I'll take that. So this should actually be pretty phenomenal. Let's go ahead and pick it up. I'm getting really bad now, man. It comes and goes, but dang. Oh, man. So there we go. Kentucky Derby was today. It was a sludge fest. Like, I kind of wanted Thunder Snow to win. I think he didn't even finish. I just picked the coolest name. If I can see the horses, I can usually pick a winner, or you know, at least do pretty decent place and show type stuff. But if I just go by names, like, I tend to not fare so well, but I do pick what I consider to be the coolest names. So, let's take a look at it. You really don't get a good angle in this game, do you?
I summon thee!
Oh my. Never would have dreamed that would last longer than our secondary. That's like pushing 15 seconds. Let's come down here and I'll try to count it. I won't do it out loud because it probably would not sound good right now. It's like, why does he still have that aura around him? And what does it do? Does he always have that? He's like faded. Wait. Are those... I don't remember them looking like that. Why is that aura there? Was that always there? What? Help me. Was that always a thing or is that new? What? He looks faded. He didn't have that haze around him. Did I miss something? 45. Oh, what? What is going on here?
Mystical snake sorcerer, hail me now!
Okay, see, he used to look like this with no aura. I didn't read anything about an aura.
Mysticalness.
Create Viper Pits that damage enemies and make your X attacks do more damage and travel faster. So am I able to just still take advantage of that? Yeah, they didn't used to have the purple on them. We were correct. 30 to 45. Oh, sweetness. This is amazing. And then 59 to 86 now? Dadgum, son. I don't know if we've, like, glitched him or he just perpetually stays in this state. Viper Pit primary was 30 to 40. That's a big jump, too. 21 to 30. Pretty significant. And then what was it? Was it 50? I've forgotten now. My apologies. Yeah, 59 to What would that be?
A lesson to all my enemies. The snake reigns supreme.
His dialogue pretty good. It would have to be 29, right? Well, no. 28 and a half would be 57. 29 would be 58. 29 and a half would round up to 30. So I guess it's 89? I thought it said 86. Let's see if we can get a critical. 89. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Very fine. So that's quite amazing. The pit itself, let's go ahead and call that 15 seconds. This aura here, though, I don't know. I don't understand if it's... Okay, let's make another Viper pit. We still have it. Huh. As long as if we shoot the pit. Can't really tell because of our fantastic camera angle. Sweet. Okay. Wonderful precision aiming here. Okay. Let's get a dummy and see what we can do. "16 hits, I'm gonna call that. Okay. There's a method to my madness. Last 15 seconds, 16 hits of 12 to 18. I thought I saw a 16 though. Bear with me. I did see a 16. Okay. 16 must be the initial hit, so 16 to 24. Hits of 12 to 18. Initial hit is going to be 16 to 24. Alright, so I'm tempted to pull him and see if that aura sticks with him or not. We might do that. Basically, Viper Pits itself, okay? You create it with Y. It lasts 15 seconds. More importantly, it's going to do 16 hits at 12 to 18. The initial hit being 16 to 24 with the additional 16 hits of 12 to 18. Let's test now if we can have 2. I'm assuming we can't. No, you can have 1. So that is correct. Viper Pits is misleading, sadly. As much as I hate to say so. What happens if we snake through that? Anything? Cannot actuate Y. Okay, that doesn't seem to do anything. I really struggle to shoot through there, too. I think that's that. That's way better than I thought it would be. Alright. Press Y to create Viper Pits. Make your X attacks and they do travel a bit faster. That doesn't show an aura around him, and it doesn't talk about one. But let's move on. So, best for last, do damage around you when releasing B. Now the question is, will that only be when we release B? He's still got the aura. That's kind of sad. It really mutes out the color across the entire character. So I'm going to hold down B, and we're just going to snake without running into anything, hopefully.
Oh yeah!
Okay, I think that's going to do the damage. Now I will press B and release B. Well, I didn't. I can't do it again. I thought you could time out, so there's no point in holding B at all. Alright, well, let's test it out. So, previously, when we do the secondary attack, 8 seconds, 24 to 36. Now we've got an explosion at the end. 24 is there. Gotta set this up just right. We missed it. Let's double our chances here. I'm really trying to not hit those guys. I didn't see it. Fantastic. Was that a 74? Good lord.
All hail the mystical snake sorcerer. Hail me now.
Or was it 71? You know what? You go stand against the wall. That'll work out beautifully. Never mind. Alright, come on. 70-something. This would be so much easier downstairs. I really feel like it's 71. Didn't see that, but it looked like a critical. Which is a shame. That killed him and didn't register a number.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 71? It's so hard to tell. I think it is. Yeah, 71 for sure. Best for last. Explode after slithering. We'll just call it slithering for space sake. 71. Half of that would be what? 35 and a half, which would be 36. So 107. I did think I saw 107, so that works out well. Cool deal. We got that covered.
These mystical runes.
I'm surprised I haven't lost my voice yet, to be honest with you. Pitmaster is up next for 900. Viper Pits, they mean pit, slows enemy down and they will always take critical hits. You can also make one more pit, so you can make 2 Viper Pits now. So it is in fact plural, so make 2 pits. Let's call that Viper Pits in case someone's just reading the spreadsheet without watching the video. Make 2 Viper Pits, slow enemies, deals what damage? Now becomes our question. And it says always critical, so let's figure that. Dadgum. Didn't mean to do that. 24. That's not critical. That is not critical. None of that was critical. The only thing critical was when we created it.
Let that be a lesson to all my enemies.
That wasn't even critical with the 16. What is critical about this? But dadgum, having 2 of these is pretty wicked, gotta say. Do they mean that the primary attacks will always be? No, they're not critical. I don't know what I'm missing here. Perhaps we can reread it.
Favorite S word.
Okay, Pitmaster. Viper Pit slows enemies down. Check. Agree. They will always take critical hits. Does that mean like if an enemy hits them and it should be doing 8, it will do 12? Because that's the only thing I can figure. They're certainly not always dealing out critical hits. You can also make one more Viper Pit. Yes, so Cliff Note version, Pitmaster, make 2 pits. They now slow enemies. They do the same damage as they did. There you go. Let's try this one more time. 16. Full of 12s. Yeah, that's all it does. Make 2 Viper Pits. Slows enemies. Deals same. 16 to 24. And 12 to 18. Kind of disappointing, but that's only because of the way they worded it, I have to say.
These mystical runes are testimony to my mysticalness.
Yes. You know, I was listening to Van Morrison last night. Very underrated. You probably know him from Brown Eyed Girl. He also sang Domino. But I was listening to Into the Mystic. Pit Boss just kind of alluded to that. My goodness. Alright, final upgrade. I know, the moment you waited for. Slither Away. This is something I really need to see in action to figure out, and I don't know that it'll work with the dummies. Carry enemies with you when turning into a snake with B. So that's the only way we have to... Well, we're technically all... I mean, we're already a snake, right? But whenever we do our snake move, Slithering Soul Snake, or whatever it was called, we're supposed to take enemies with us, and I don't know what that entails. We're going to try to figure that out right now. Oh, cool. Yes. It's not damaging him, though, but it does seduce him to the 71. So, Slithering Soul Snake was doing 24 to 36. 13? Where did that come from? Watch for the 71 here. Yeah, that's cool. You have to bite the enemy? Yes. It only does 13. What? Who would want 13? I realize you do 71. Can we carry 4 of these guys? That's the question of the... Do we have 3 active? Only 3. Wonderful. Comes number 4. Oh, dang it, that stupid switch. So we got 2 of them. 3. Where's number 4? Ah. They all did a handstand at the same time. Oh, we got him. Oh, suck it, dummies. Did you see how acrobatic they are? Death is upon me. All at the same time. So, how do we document that?
Are my 4th favorite S word.
Now, let's go downstairs. Well, let's not. Let's do the Sky Chi. Actually, let's see what the path names are. So, Snake Charmer is up first. Glad they utilized that one. Type. Enhance your snake transformation skills. Coming down below, we have Pit Prowess. And that one, of course, will make awesome Viper Pits even more awesomer of awesome. Choose wisely. But the Sky Chi we have, and it's called Viper Volley. I promise I didn't preview this when I unlocked it, but the ultimate sensei attack, hold the right trigger to perform your Sky Chi power. It's raining snakes. So, let's go ahead and back out. Is that the Pointer Sisters, right? That's Pink Cadillac. Can't quite think. Raining men, raining snakes, same thing, right? Here we go.
Taste the venom.
Taste the venom. 38 to 54. Is that going to be our consensus?
She is so sweet.
Oh yeah, that's a nice acknowledgement there. So 38 to 54, I think is what we'll go with. That's pretty cool, I have to say. Might have been some other numbers in there. We'll kind of take a better look at it as we progress. My biggest gripe right now is that aura and the way it like lightens him. It's almost like he's got some angelic halo around his waist where the belt is, or just like a fog machine in his cloak. And it takes away from the sinisterness of the snake. You know what I mean? It's an interesting thing, but needless to say, I'm just glad we haven't totally lost my voice yet. So, wow, we know there's dragon wings there. Let's let this idiot robot spawn. Thank you. Down we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Did the snake get longer? I feel like it did. Still not quite sure why there's a rattle when he's a viper, but whatever. So, what do we want to do? Obviously, using Slither Away, I don't think we can carry these dummies. And it's also very hard to not have this just stop. We're still doing 24 there. I was afraid we would do 13. I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out. So, Slither Away. Maybe if an enemy is too big for you to carry, which you would think the dummies might have been too big. Carry enemy full duration. 13, half of that would be 20 on our critical. Bite enemy still 24 to 36, right? I believe. That's the best I know to describe that, and sadly the greatest number of enemies I have access to here is 4, and we've confirmed that we're able to in fact carry 4. Whether we had like 8 chompies, if we could just like plow through them. Number 1, it might kill them. I guess somehow if it didn't, we could carry through. Anyway, if I terminate B, we're going to see 71 to 107. And it rains gold, just because we're here and the dummies haven't expended everything yet. Let's see here. So we've showcased best for last, Slither Away. Now we want to showcase Viper Pit and Pitmaster. That ain't crits. We had the critical at the beginning. 16 was a 24. And we're not getting a single crit out of that. It's still 12 to 18. So let's give you a pit, and let's give you a pit. And if I fire through there... Wait, I'm seeing crits now. Okay. Let's try this again. That's mildly exciting. Please shoot the other dummy. Oh my. Well, good luck ever getting this to work like you want it to.
Viper active.
Okay. Not all of those are criticals, that's for certain. Wait, he doesn't have that aura. Now he had... We must have just stood in that too long. Can you just stand in this and keep it? Because that's what we did. Yep, we found a glitch. So you're not supposed to have that. But if you stay in it, apparently you get to keep it. I don't know if that would reduce damage or something. Type of a thing. But yeah, we're not getting... Like right there, everything is a critical hit. Does it? I don't know what the deal is. Does it have to go right? Now we're not getting all crits. What is the catch here? Seriously. Okay, all those are criticals. I guess you have to have like the perfect angle. See, if you go through the middle, you don't get it. It's almost like you have to shoot on the perimeter. So if I come over here, yeah, we're getting it. Crits every time, but then if I try to shoot straight down the middle, well, now we're getting it. It's very, very confusing. So, Viper Pits, let's come in here. Man. So we create that. X does more damage, and if you apparently stand in the middle of a Viper Pit, you maintain the aura. You tell me. Best for last, when you terminate B, which it does automatically when you run into a wall. There's no way for me to do it prematurely that I know of outside of hitting something. 71 to 107, that makes sense. It's a known quantity. Best for last, that's what we just talked about. My apologies. Pitmaster. Viper Pit slow enemies down. We can confirm that. I wouldn't say they always take critical hits. It's going to be very dependent upon how fortunate you are and where you're aiming your shots. And it's virtually impossible. If you note, like, he kind of auto-seeks targets, but then if you clock it a little bit, it's not like I have a full 360 degrees. It's like he's shooting towards the dummy that's, say, at 88 degrees away, and then if I try to make it 90 or 86, we basically either go to, like, 115 or back to 45 degrees. There's no, like, finite adjustment. You know, but it can in fact do it. So you can make 2 Viper Pits. It slows enemies. The pit deals the same for sure. The pit itself, which you would think is what would only do criticals, 24 and 18, 18, 18 respectively. What does that say? 15 and not 12. Primary can do all crits at 45, 89. So hopefully that makes sense for Pitmaster. So to recap it once again, 2 pits, they slow enemies down. The pit itself, when you spawn it, will do 16 to 24. That's basically from your staff. And then the Viper spinning around the pit, 12 to 18, period. That's the end of the story. If you somehow position yourself correctly and you shoot your primary attack through there, you have a chance to do all criticals, which would be 45, 45, and 89 on your third hit. There's also just as good a chance that instead of doing all criticals, you're going to have the same standard approach of 30 to 45, 30 to 45, and then 59 to 89. So that's the best way I can fully break that down for you. And then Slither Away kind of needs more research potential. It's showcasing chompies. I personally feel like a chompy would get killed. You know, I don't think it could survive even a 13. Maybe it can, I don't know. But We know we can carry 4 enemies, and they were dummies, which are fairly large. So it's got a lot of potential. When we can't pick up the dummies down here, it's still doing the same 24 to 36. Up top, when we were picking enemies up, it was only doing 13 to 20. The beauty of it, if it picks it up, it automatically explodes them 71 to 107 when it terminates. If I could show you the Sky Chi here, I would. So there's the aura, right? Let's test this out. We still got the aura up around the head. I make 2 more Viper Pits. We still have the aura. Let me show you how fun it is to snake through these bushes. See? You can't tell me that's not something that you're going to go do, if you haven't already done so. Anyway, I've got to come in here because I think this will reset the aura, and we can see if we can replicate that again. If you ever use the word glitch, or at least if I do, it's frowned upon by the powers that be. Other people that do the same type of videos can use glitch, and it doesn't seem to have any impact on them and their status, but call it an anomaly, perhaps? I don't know. So he does not have the aura right now, okay? And you think, oh, well, yeah, it's tied in with Viper Pits, dude. We throw a Viper Pit over there. It terminated, right? We throw down our second Viper Pit. I waddle out of there, it's gone. If I go back through it, we pick it up and it goes away. Now, check this out. Let's actually try it this way first. I'm going to water this thing, goes away, and now I'm going to stand in the middle. And we've done it again. So, this will pretty much stay until you... Which... I've got to say... shooting that faster is kind of a perk. There's nothing I can do. I don't know if maybe if we got hit by a real enemy, it's an effect that would wear off, or maybe like say that dummy could punch me at 20, and this cuts the status of that in half to 10. Look how much faster I'm able to spam that.
The mystical snake sorcerer.
Yeah. So, let's go ahead. We'll get 2 more of these. We'll spawn in a bunch of enemies. And I'm going to go stand right there. And we're going to do Sky Chi.
Taste the venom.
He still got it.
Sky Chi is so sweet.
Indeed it is. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Statistics are my 4th favorite S word. Behind snake, serpent, and slither, of course.
yeah, I guess that's just a little quirk there. And if it has any positive it obviously doesn't have anything negative. It's not like it's draining his health. But again, if it's a deal where it will be an aura that breaks, it maybe reduces damage for a little bit. I don't know, but it is what it is. I don't quite know why it would be programmed like it is, if it didn't have some sort of a status effect. But I don't know, maybe it would be really interesting. You know what? We're going to do it. This is why I call it Skylanders Research. This is a really long video, but you know what? We're going to make it longer, so bear with me. We needed a mad scientist to fully test this. Alright. I don't have his controller. Well, I do, obviously, or we couldn't do this, but it's like, it's tucked away in the entertainment center thing. I'm going to the Viper Pit here. Now let me move him. Oh, I'm inverted. Alright, you can see what I'm going for. Okay, it only works like that, huh? Okay, here's the next one. I'm going to pull him and we're going to put Legendary Pit Boss on. Does any of this even matter? Not really, but it's kind of interesting, you got to admit. So he's totally box stock. I have not introduced him. This is the first time you're seeing him. And let's see if I can shed this aura. Oh, that like almost nailed him. Will it do it because he's who he is? I don't think it's going to. Interesting. So, what we will do when we introduce Legendary and get his base upgrades, we'll come back to this and see if that's something that happens to him if you just stand in the aura. You can pass through it, but if you're actually... Like, if we didn't have the aura, I could come and go through this all I want, and we would never pick it up like you do. But when you get out to here, it's gone. If you're standing in the center of the storm, the eye of the storm, if you will, it stays with you when it expires. So, I don't know. That said, I'm going to quit rambling. This took a lot longer than it should have. But, hey, who else covers this stuff, right? It's up to us to do the important things in this game. That said, I can't remember if I think I made the poll already. If I didn't, I'm going to go make it. Pit boss or legendary pit boss? Who looks better and why? Which one do you prefer? I think I've already made the poll. It's a tough call. I mean, that legendary color scheme ain't a bad look for him. Anyway, I'm curious if he shoots out like a gold-colored snake or the traditional coloring. We'll have to wait on that. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, learned a little something. If you haven't gotten this aura around Pit Boss, feel free to try. Similarly, if you've done this and you've actually played with him in the game and you know like, oh yeah, you get hit twice and it goes away, please let me know. Because I can't really play with him in-game until I've fully upgraded him, which we will do very soon, but it's one of those things, like, I can't go take him through an arena or through a level and test all this stuff in full detail, because if I were to level him up, even to level 2, all the statistics, all the attack damage increase. That's actually a great feature. It's beneficial to everyone except me, because I do Skylanders research, which is why I have to keep these characters at level 1 until they're fully upgraded and where we want them to be. So you need basically the virgin baseline, you know, and then if you want to do compare and contrast, you know, do whatever intervals or every level type of a thing. Ultimately, you're comparing level 1 and level 20, but the main thing, I've got to have the level 1 baseline is what we're after here. So there's still a lot of people, you know, like in the streams, they're like, well, how come you never use the new guys? It's like, well, because if they're not upgraded, I can't, or it'll screw up Skylanders research. So try to cover that from time to time. But OneOfWiisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com, the poll section, anyone can vote. You do not have to be registered. If you vote, if you just love voting in the polls and you want to share why you voted and how you voted, whatever video you feel like, just come in and throw it up. Particularly, you know, it's nice if it's applicable, kind of like this one. But feel free to let the world why you voted the way you did. Maybe you'll sway some minds. Maybe your mind will be persuaded. You never know. Streaming, I don't know where I'm going to do it anymore. I've done it on Twitch for years. The consensus here when I've been asking people seems to be YouTube, so we might give that a legitimate go. Might also do Beam from time to time. I don't know, it just kind of depends. But I will always tweet before I go live, so follow me on Twitter. That said, we've got like a 50-minute marathon here of Pit Boss action, so I hope you enjoy. And like I said, I will try to get Blastertron and Tide Pool, but truth be told, if I can score them like buy one get one 40 or 50% off, that's a way better deal for me. And being unable to have a target that puts them out early or stalks them when they come in like every other target does apparently, I've kind of missed that window, so I'm not like in a super critical rush to go and expend $30 when I just bought the stuff for NBA Playgrounds basically. So if I can save the money on the sale, that's what I'm going to do because I'm thrifty. Let me know your thoughts here on the Pit Bosses. Again, we will come in, introduce Legendary. We'll pick a path for both of them, take them down and see what we think. But stay tuned. I'll catch you back here for more Skylanders research.